Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, Jackass of All Trades. Today, what we got going on is we're back in the shop and we're working on marine electrical. So, what this is all about is, if you're familiar with 240 volt wiring on boats, this is a Y adapter from Marinco, and what it is designed to do is take 120 volts off L1 and 120 volts off L2 and bring it together through this magic box, and out comes 240 volts power. So the reason why this looks like this is this gave up the ghost in the field, and I thought, we don't need that. We'll just cut it off, splice it together the way it's supposed to be, and everything will work perfectly. And it did, until it didn't. So what wound up happening is I wound up tripping one of the legs on the 30 amp, because they're not typically ganged together. These are plugged into two separate outlets. So if you look at the breaker panel, these guys here are ganged together. So if one trips, the other one will follow. If this one trips, the other one will follow. But when you have two separate ones like so, then one will trip independent of the other. So what wound up happening, one tripped independent of the other. Power 120 volts went right through, went up into the boat, went through isolation transformers, went into 240 volt air conditioning units, wound up blowing up a motor start capacitor and a whole bunch of what other unhidden or hidden damage that I haven't found yet. And then it dawns on me, this brain box, 500 bucks, if you have to buy this from Marinco, must do something. And that's what it does do. It prevents, if there is a power fail here, it opens up the circuit and kills this and doesn't let any power come through here. So it does a number of things. It does that to protect the boat. It also does, when this is plugged in and this is plugged in and it's back feeding through the boat, this is energized. And I thought to myself, well, I know what I'm doing. I won't be stupid. I'll be safe. I won't zap myself. Well, doesn't bode well for the kid on the dock that decides to unplug it and touch it. And clearly I have a voltage backfeed problem. So I'm cheap. We're going to come up with a different solution. What we have here, and I'll put a little schematic in here somewhere. We have a 120 volt isolation relay, two of them, 120 volt, 120 volt, and then we have a 240 volt isolation. So what we will do is take a line 1 into here, and then we will take line 2 into here. Our neutrals will come together and go around, and we'll go line 1 into here. This says out. Whoop. We'll go into here, line 1. This says line 1 and neutral. There's no way it can be neutral. It's line and neutral. That's going to be line and line because this is a 240 volt unit. They're just using the Chinesium case here. So then we're going to go through, and when this one drops out, it'll drop this out, protect the boat. When this one drops out, it'll do the exact same thing. When this one's powered up, it won't go back through because this one won't be powered up, and it'll protect for shock on the other side. We'll put it all in that little waterproof little box there. So this is the deal. 16 bucks on Amazon, 16 bucks on Amazon, $14 on Amazon, a box, some bits, some wires, some waterproof lugs, and we're going to put it together and see if it works. Because, truth be told, I'll be damned, you can see I tried to get into it, if I'm going to spend 500 bucks on this when I can do it for, well, I'm looking at probably 100 bucks here. So let's get her done. Okay, cut myself a little bit of din rail. If you guys aren't familiar with this stuff, it's pretty wonderful. These just clip on like so. And they're on. They can slide around. You get little clamps. You can have all kinds of devices, appliances, breakers and stuff onto this stuff. Super versatile. Anyway, so these are a little counterintuitive. They say in on top and out on the bottom. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to lay this out. Or, I mean, I could come out here and in here and have this one upside down, but that would drive me bonkers. So I want to have them kind of all in here. And I got all my ends, which are on top. So I can have a lug here and here, plenty of wire, and then my out is actually really simple. No, actually my out is not simple. Jesus, I should have it upside down, because then it can go, see what I'm saying? If it's all in here, if I flip this one over, no, not that one. Flip this one over, so I can come in 220, pardon me, in 120, and then my neutral just goes around, and then all I have to do is a little jump from here, in, from here, in. Short little wire, and it's all pretty. If I flip this around, all my lighting is the right way around, but I'll have to go from here, line all the way around, down the side and in, which I can do, which I can do. I've got the wiring for it. I've got some number 10 that I'm going to use. It's short run. I'm probably going to do that, because I will probably cut this and glue a piece of plexiglass into it, all waterproofness, so I can see what's going on, I can see the faults, and I can show off my handiwork. So yeah, I'll make the wires a little longer, and I'll make this all straight up and down. Mark these. I can drill right through the Underwriter Laboratories of Canada label. And I got myself some stainless steel 632. So, portable hole machine. Woo! It's snug, but that's gonna work. Ha! You don't even need nuts on the back, but I'm gonna put them there. Nice big fender washers back here. Haha! Stainless steel strikes again. You can't use an impact gun on stainless steel. I know this for sure, but I continued to do it because I'm not very smart. So what happened now is this nut has galled onto here, and it will never ever move again. Probably. I know it. Maybe I can back it off and chase a nut through it, a tap through it. Nope. Not a chance. Idiot. Idiot. All right. cut it off. So, good enough for my girls. Alright. Zippy, zippy cut. I'm gonna have cataract surgery in February, so I figure I may as well be risky with my eyes now. After the surgery, I'll be careful. All right. Okay, that is going to be a 120. It's a 240. And come on. Oh boy. There. That's what it's going to look like. Now we'll get our wiring done. Okay, I had the camera off while some of the laborious work was done, so I got all these in, tied up, threaded up, tapped up, cleaned up, tightened up. Got all these stripped, so now we're going to put our power distribution kind of in. We'll tighten those down. So let's get out our wire strippers. And I need a little bit of red tape. I don't have red tape. I should be taping one of these red because it's supposed to be red. Ground, line 1, line 2, and neutral. If these are both black, you can be confused between line 1 and line 2. I'm not going to confuse them, but if you were doing it 100% right, you wouldn't be doing it at all like this. Okay, forgive me all you electricians out there. You're going to cringe. Piece of copper. And all these guys are going to go under one lug and then get shrink tape. This is the only joint I need to do in this whole thing that 3 wires need to go under, because everything else is divided up. And it's not a current carrying conductor until it is. And here, don't look, nobody. I had one hair that was sticking out. Let's see what I can do to fold this up. Okay. Leave in the comments. What do you figure? Now I got a cramp in my hand. And trusty heat tape, slide over top. Woohoo! Hot. Once Steve says okay, joint, not CSA. Well, these things are the best things since sliced bread. Get all your strands under control. Comes right to the end. There you go. On is on. Nice little square fitting dealy-doo. Camera battery died. So I got busy without you. So this is what I've done for my neutral jumper. So it's going to come neutral, neutral, load, load. So these two neutrals will go in there and they'll come around and butt joint with a shrink wrap to this neutral. So that'll carry the neutral through. It looks like smaller gauge wire. I assure you they're both number 10, it's just a smaller insulation. All right, and then I just have to take, I gotta butt joint my ground, and then my two lines go in here, snap it all together, find some power, and test it. Hey, we're gonna test our little brain box here. We're in the marina, and it's blowing like nobody's business and raining, but I got some help with the camera so we can get things done here. So I'll get you to have a little bit of a look what we've got in here. We're actually established. We've got a bit of a load on the boat. I've got a stove element on, so we're drawing 7.6 amps. The boat is sitting there fat, dumb, and happy. So what this box is supposed to do is protect the boat from power loss, as well as protect an individual from electric shock when this thing is plugged in. So I'm going to artificially pretend this breaker trips, and we're showing 120 volts here because that's the voltage of the other leg that's still energized. It's flashing red because that relay has said, hey, I don't have enough voltage and I'm going to open. So theoretically, I'm safe here. I'm not getting shocked. So this is part of the solution here. And the boat does not have any power going into it. So any dropped leg, I'll say dropped phase for all the electricians out there that are yelling at their computer screen, this is now safe and completely safe. Once the breaker gets restored, there we go. Our 120 volts comes back. It's thinking about it. You see 211 volts, but it's not closing yet. Oh, it's got a countdown timer. This is interesting. So we're just going to see what we have here in the next 15 seconds, which is kind of a really cool deal. 2, power, 8 amps, everything's working safely and cleanly. I'm pretty happy with this. So I started out with this, with our brain box that Marinco sells, and we're talking over 500 bucks Canadian. This we managed to put together with a little bit of stuff from Scamazon. Each one of those modules are $16, the box, local hardware store, so we're into it for under 150 bucks. This is perfectly safe, perfectly good, and superior to the Marinco product because it gives us time delay, gives us amperage settings, gives us all kinds of stuff. And one of our fans in the background seems to agree. So if you liked it, appreciate it, give it a like. Thanks for watching.